Hello, welcome. Monday, we're back. We're painting X-Wing tonight. No big Yoda. He's done. He's in the cabinet. He's not going anywhere for a while. I'm too in love with him. He's protecting my Lego in the house. You love him too, don't you?
I do love him as well.
Everyone loves him. Baby Yoda's awesome. Good evening, Mr. Stander. Archning, good morning. I love that. Never gets tiring. Captain Rex, evening, or should I say morning, Archning? Yeah, absolutely. Evening, my beautiful, beautiful girlfriend. She's going to be here next week on stream. She's going to say hi anyway. So expect me to be incredibly tired all the next week. Next week, I'm starting a Warhammer project. I'm doing a Forge World Dreadnought for Dalton for Christmas, for his present. Well, it's Red Scorpion one.
Red Scorpion.
Red Scorpions, and I'm going to go mad. I'm going to go proper like hardcore paint job on a Warhammer 40k project, which I'm sure some of you are quite interested in. And I'll do some cool weathering and this, that, and the other. I haven't got any incredible stories this week. I haven't crashed a car. Oh, I have got a car-related story, haven't I? Do you remember?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we went out once this weekend in my car that caught fire, that got fixed, and it was only like 20 minutes we were in the car, and then on the way back something flew at the car, and it was such a big thing that I ducked, and I swerved the car,
Yeah.
right, because it was coming right at the centre of the screen, hit the corner of the screen, smashed my windscreen. I've got no luck. I swear to God, there's like a conspiracy to keep me in the village. They don't like when I go out. They just want me to stay in, right? So that's the end of my excitement. Apart from that, it's just been a busy weekend. Nanny and Nonno came. So I'm a bit fat and I need to do some sit-ups because I am all full of... thanks, Scarlett. I love you. I'll give you £5 later. I need to do some sit-ups because I am all full of, without doubt. Yeah, I know, man. I'm proper bad luck. Oh, Captain Rex. Yeah, I'll tell you what. Al,
Yeah.
how good is my mum's lasagna?
It's just ridiculous. Like,
Look
there's
at this.
nothing else that compares to it. Like, I've had lasagna, and that's all right. I mean, everybody's had the lasagna, but then you have Nanny's lasagna,
And
it's
you
just
realise
like,
what lasagna
Yeah,
is meant
well,
to be like.
Like, I'm not the biggest fan of food in total. Like, I can... Toast is fine. Toast is a decent evening meal, but that is, like, worth killing for.
So, and she makes this bread, right, called focaccia. So it's this oily bread with salt. Jesus Christ. And my mum's the best, right? She comes, every time she comes, she just brings 4 big bags of food. And she loads up my freezer and my fridge. She's an Italian mama, and there's nothing you can do about it. She's the B.O. Ollocks, right? You get it, right? Did she bring ribs? She didn't bring ribs, Kev, but she did bring steaks and veal chops. Don't even go there, because my dad used to be a butcher, right? So they have connections in that industry still. So anyway, and Al got treated to basically a day and a half of my father's mushroom stories, my grandfather's hand grenade stories and sling stories, which I'm sure he'll tell you a little bit about later. Thank you, Tartan James. Thank you so much for subbing. It's really important. And yeah, bless him. And he must have told Al the same story 6 times in about an hour. And then he told me the same stories that he told Al when Al wasn't in the room about 4 times. Bless him. He's getting old and he's really not well at the moment. So all your healing vibes, if you send that to my dad, because he's in a bad way, to be honest, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's in a bad way. He's probably got the big C word, but we haven't had 100% confirmation. But you know, he's not really old. He's only 74 or 76. It's one of the two. I always get confused. My mum's my mum's 72. I know my mum's 72. So anyway, they were here, and that was awesome because Scarlett loves them to pieces, and they love her to pieces. And my mum actually watched the new Beauty and the Beast, the live action one, and Cinderella, because we got Disney, and she never watches films, so she loved that because I don't let her do nothing when she comes. And my house is all shiny upstairs, and I've got new bedrooms for her, so she was really happy, and that makes me happy, you know, because the mama is responsible for a lot of human beings walking on this earth are responsible from that woman. Yeah, she's wicked, man. And this stream, anyone that knows and has watched this stream knows that I'll give you a little bit of that insight and family and Who's that? Mystique, miss your handsome face. Who is that? Who is that? Because we were looking at who was watching before and we couldn't work out who you were. But yeah, they were here and it was amazing. Oh, I love you, Ulfric. On that note, so I always got this big stream goal up, right? And if I ever hit it, that'd be amazing. It's not there because like I need you to hit it. It's there because it'd be great if you did. It really helps things. But the stream goal now, anyone that donates to that, you get in your names written down and the totals that you donated over the course of a calendar month. So from the first show to the end show. And at the end of that, we do a big art giveaway. And last month, we gave away my Ogremoid hemorrhoid guy. Let's go split. Makes this a bit easier. Boom. Right, so last month...
Josh from Wisconsin.
Oh, Josh, you gorgeous man. We gave away this. This is going to the land of the Ulfrics because he won it. Someone actually went, he never wins, and he won. So this is going to him, and I'm going to drive this up to him because he's got a couple other bits going to him, and there's no way I'm putting this in the post. It took too long, and it's too beautiful to go in the post. So this was the prize that was given away at the end of last month. This month, I said I was going to give away a big ship. I'm giving away a big ship. Tavern Wars! Yes, this month I am giving away a houndstooth. So it's modded, as you can see. It's got movable guns underneath because I always hated it didn't have a gun. And it's got these cool fins at the front off of a M3A Psych. And it's got these structural supports. They're off of an aggressor. So I only ripped apart 3 ships to build this. It has been pre-shaded. It has been hairspray chipped. It's all handwritten in Arabesh. It's really, really, really pretty. So this is the end of month giveaway this month. We're going to give away an X-Wing ship. We haven't been doing X-Wing ships for a while. I haven't been playing for ages. I'm well out of the loop. I haven't been reading all the stuff that's been coming up with all the rules and all the updates and all of that. But that's this month's giveaway. So if you want in on the chance to win that, at the end of the month, the top 5 donators are put into a hat and they're pulled out. One person wins it, one person gets it. We'll still be doing our little giveaways as we do throughout the month. As and when we've got them, we get nice things donated and we give them away. And I've got some nice bits coming up. Oi, oi, Pie, never stop posting on Facebook. You are one of the few people that I love to see your posts. Okay? Please never stop posting. You make me laugh all the time. Archnin, Archnin likes a YV. And Archnin, I do believe, just took the lead. Because we've got 3 people so far, didn't we? Because last week's last stream on the Tuesday. Look at Ulfric's pictures. Whoa. He's got a Falcon, a Fangfighter, Ampo's X-Wing. Nice. Oh, dude. Facebook should be for your dedications of love to me, Bagheera. I love those. They make my heart sing.
When people start calling you.
Tavern Wars, I love you, bro.
Tavern Wars is just taking the
and just positivity, right? Let's just put positive stuff on Facebook. We know everything's gone to pot, but we're all still breathing. Luckily, those people watching the stream are all getting on with things. I dislike it. Yeah, absolutely. Just if people are putting negative stuff, just unfollow them for a bit, right? It's no good for our mental health. Watching that stuff. They're very cool. Gold Squadron podcast. So what we're doing, let me just do a bit of housekeeping. If you haven't pushed the follow button, please just at least follow us. If you can subscribe with one of those free subscriptions or buy a subscription, you get them with Amazon Prime and a few other things, please do. It really, really helps. I've got a Patreon, Rasta Mace Painting, if you want to pop over there, and little as $2 a month, that helps too. Other than that, that's our housekeeping done. I'll remind everyone again at the end of the show. What I'm doing today is I'm back to X-Wing and we're going to do some quick paint jobs. This was one of the ships Simeon took to the Last Worlds. He was flying, was it 2 Jedis and Wolf?
Yeah.
It was Luminara, Mace and Wolf, right? So I painted him up some ships to take. Al, what colour are the cockpits? Are the cockpits blue or are they purple?
1 second, show me. Mace's is definitely purple. Because you've done that on purpose.
I think I
The
did
other
them all
ones are
purple.
blue.
It's over there. Is it purple?
That arc is definitely... No, these are all blue. That's just Mace that has a purple cockpit.
So here's an example of my colour blindness. I can't see any difference there. And I need Al to tell me what colour I've painted. This is one of the big problems of being colourblind. But we're going to recreate this paint job on some Y-wings. Because we haven't got any painted Y-wings, and everyone knows ion cannons are awesome. Or they were. Now apparently I don't know what's going on in X-Wing, and that doesn't really matter, does it? Because this is not a stream about I'm painting the most brutal ship in the game. I am painting ships, period. I'm just painting and giving you tips, and this is kind of gonna be a quicker stream. I'm hoping to do minimum 1, hopefully 2, all in one stream. So let's pop that over there nice and safe. What are you laughing at?
You didn't know you were colourblind.
You didn't know I was colourblind? Yeah, I'm 3 colour colourblind. I'm red, blue and green colourblind. Green's really bad for me. Red's really bad for me. And blue's pretty bad for me. So I've never seen one of those beautiful pinky thinky sunsets. And trees are all one colour, top to bottom, trunks. And I know grass is green because someone taught me that when I was a kid. But how long have I been growing my dreads? I've been growing my dreads since I was 18 years old was the last time I cut my hair. I cut my hair for my brother's wedding. So that was 26, nearly 27 years ago. That's how long I've been growing my dread. In fact, that's where I first met Bagheeta, was at my brother's wedding. That's how much of a chain of events happened for me to meet my girlfriend. And then, yeah, anyway, we fell in love 23 years ago. 24 years ago, in fact, babe. We were working that out the other day. Anyway, I'm going to paint these. What? What?
Somebody said, have you seen the X-Wing Squadrons game?
I have. Tartan James. Now, Tartan James, you owe me a game. And you were going to buy me that Jedi guy. Don't. Buy me Squadrons. And then we're going to get the controller thing. And the stick. The flight stick and that. I'm probably going to go on Facebook Marketplace and buy a gaming chair and actually turn it into a cockpit for the front room, because I just think that'd be pretty cool. And I need to have the stick, and we need to go VR, I think, don't you? Yeah. So we want that. I so want that. I love flying about. I don't really play computer games, period, do I?
No, not really.
When was the last?
Out for a little while.
I played Minecraft about a year ago.
Yeah.
Remember that week?
Yeah, that week.
I had a week of Minecraft. In fact, what we'll do is I'll get Al to pull up my Minecraft page, because you can imagine, well, you probably can't, but I went mad in Minecraft and I built a full-scale slave one, and then I built a whole of Boba Fett's encampment, and there's a landed vulture droid, and there's a droid tank parked outside and an AT-ST guarding it, and then I built all the buildings with the doors and the pipes, and it went mad. And then I built the whole of the Imperial base from Rebels with TIE fighters and TIE interceptors and speeder bikes. I went bonkers for about a week, and then I never played it again. So we'll get it up, we'll take some pictures on our phone, and we'll show people what I did on Minecraft. I was like, oh my god, put me in creative. Oh, as well as I forgot about the build. Do you remember the big place with the zoo? Luke's land speeder parked outside, and then the pirate ships and the speed boats I built. I went mad.
Cleaned out the entire code.
I did. Anyway, so we're going to paint these, and we're going to do a fade. We're going to do this really simple red fade on black, and then I'm going to use one of Mr. Lovely Dalton's stencils somewhere, because the idea behind this paint shop job was, it was kind of like playing on the idea that when Anakin turned into Vader, and this was like 501st and they're all a bit evil, and I kind of imagined him taking a few, like, I don't know, Sith apprentices, or turning a couple of Jedi going with him. So it was kind of the crossover between Jedi and the Empire, and keeping everything a bit moody and a bit dark and not so clean and pretty like they are. Do you know what I mean? So let's crack on. Unfortunately, for those of you that don't like airbrushing, this one's not going to be for you. There is going to be some handwork, obviously, done afterwards, but the basic fade's going to be done with the airbrush. Where are we? Let's have a look at my time. 1:15. So I've got an hour and 45 minutes to paint 2 ships. You must be joking. Right. I am, in the future, for those of you interested, going to be doing Grand Moff's birthday boy. I love him so much. Him and his daughter are 1 day apart, and Lee Dalton is like one of my 2 best friends in the world, and I love him, and I'll do anything for him, and he does everything for me. Everything. Way more than I do for Dalton. I love him to pieces. So that's what the dreadnought I'm going to be painting is for Dalton's Christmas present. Just to try and say a little bit of a thank you for him. Truncated suggestion for Alex's word of the week. Truncated. Alex actually has been using not one of the words of the week, but he's been using the word denomination at work. And no disrespect to the people that live locally in the Midlands, none of them know what it means. How would you like that? In what denomination? And they're like, what? I'm Catholic. No, that's not what I'm getting at. Yeah, so truncated, Alex. Do you like that?
Truncated. What's the meaning of truncated?
Well, to elongate.
Right, okay. Yeah, I like that. Elongate's a nicer word, though.
No, truncated is more complicated, though, right?
Fair.
So, yeah, word of the week. And remember, because Birgitte's watching and she's in Holland, all of these words of the week are going to expand her vocabulary, which I like. Because a lot of times I say words and she's like, what? What's that mean? Don't try and say it in Dutch, whatever you're doing, because you just end up spitting at people.
You just offend people.
You just offend people. That's just the way you read it, dude. So this is Scarlet Delapina Red, the best red in the galaxy. Okay, I have got no gloves. Oh, I'm going to have to use a dirty glove. I'm going to have to use a dirty glove, isn't it? Subjugated. Oh, I like subjugated.
Serendipitous. That's the fun word. I think that's something in Dutch.
That is, babe. How'd you say that, babe? What does it mean? Beautiful Brigitte. She's probably like watches the first 5 minutes and then logs off and watches something more interesting. I'm surprised he hasn't become the Overlord of North with his magic talkie box that can make fire from his hand. Honestly, Alex owns the village. No one in the village likes me. I don't know why. They've always been scared of me. No one talks to me very much. But everyone loves Alex. And only the people in the car talk to me now because they all think I'm his dad. That word, babe. Captain Rex said,
Man, they really got the bad end of Scrabble, didn't
AFG. That was very funny, Alex. AFGI capped.
Yeah.
Off.
We'll go with that.
That's going to be afgehapt. Something like that, right? Afgehapt. Oh no, afge. Oh, I can't. Who puts a K there?
I don't know.
And you're lucky that's not even one of the words with all the I's and the J's in it. That means truncated. Captain Rex. You're the best. Oh, that tickled me, that did. I love that. Right, a little bit of... I got tears in my eye. I have to wipe my eyes before I try and paint. Alright, so I've just lost 5 minutes on laughing. Okay, calm. Sorry, I'm having hot flushes lately, everyone, ladies. I think I'm going through my midlife change, where I become a Karen. Okay. So we're going to start with Scarlet Red. So heavy at the front. That's what Google Translate says. She's never used that word. And B's like really big on vocabulary in Holland. It's part of what she does as a law enforcement officer. It's very, very, very attractive. Right, so I'm not going all the way back. You can see the black still there, right? And then I'm going to try and catch these two a little bit as well. So remember, airbrush, we're using that zenithal point. Let's take this off the base. Make it a bit easier to turn over. Catch the underneath. Just get my little cleanie brush. So always your needle's going to get covered in dry paint. I say this every week, but I'm going to keep saying it because hopefully we've got new people watching, and I keep to remind them that's a big part. It's called dry tip. So you can kind of see the darker red at the front of the ship fading into black. This is like really simple use of your airbrush. So, and as I'm pulling back, I'm releasing pressure, right? So I'm also pulling away and I'm releasing paint flow and air. So you get like a faded. You don't want like a hard edge to where the red and the black meet. Okay, so that's one. Let's do the other one. Let's do the other one. I'm trying to be Dalton. So yes, I was saying I'm going to be doing a 40k project next. That's going to be next week. We're going to be starting that. That's probably going to run for a few weeks, 2 or 3 weeks at least. Probably would do some stuff off stream, but I'm going to try and capture all of the techniques I'm going to use on the model on stream. And it's going to be one of those like the hemorrhoid guy. It's going to be really, really tight work. So high-end painting. And then I'm also going to be doing a Legion army. Not the whole army on stream, but I'm going to be doing a CIS army. It's the Wookiees army, and I'm going to be doing a couple of those pieces on stream to do something a little bit different subject matter. And in the meantime, I will be... Oh, that was a bit heavy. I will be contacting my friend Mr. Ryan Coyle, and we will be bashing our heads together to make baby Pinhead. Because we've done Baby Maul, we feel we need to cross genres now and go into Hellraiser territory. So, how are you all? Talk to me. What have you been up to? Has anyone been playing with the new toys? What have you been doing? Playing Star Wars Squadron? Watching any good films? Having car crashes? Talk to me. Scarlett's not been well, but she hasn't had the COVID, thank God. You what, babe? She's fine now, obviously. Apart from her broken brace. So she had new braces put on the top. And then 2 days later, one popped. And because we're in COVID times, an emergency appointment to fix your child's broken brace was a week. So she's been like sucking food rather than actually eating. Bless her. And then she had like a bit of, school illness. Ooh, that sounds a bit nice. Did you hear that?
What was that?
Tart and James went to a Sicilian restaurant and got served pasta out of a cheese wheel.
Oh, nice. So it was super cheesy?
Super cheesy. My mum brought me a big block of Parmigiano.
It's not the last one.
It's very good. And Brigitta's going to make her legendary pasta pesto sauce when she comes over. Living a boring life right now, not playing Squadrons, just been painting new minis. Still well locked down. Well locked down, so not able to go anywhere. Gutted, man. What have you been painting, Archnin? Al has just heard that he's getting Super Fantasy Brawl Battle Tech. What is it called?
Super Fantasy Brawl.
That's the one, without the Battle Tech at the end. That should be coming, and apparently it's got some really nice miniatures in, which I'm probably going to pinch off Al and paint a couple. Not that he'll mind. No. He goes, no, paint them all. Paint them all.
If you paint one, you've got to paint the lot.
No, that's not how it works, Al. That's like saying, if you do the washing up, you're going to clear the bathroom up. Whoa, did you hear Al? He's like, whoa, now you've gone too far. I'm not touching that bathroom. Get Alex to check his Facebook. Pi flew a first order list the other day, which was 2 generic silencers with fanatical and 2 generic interceptors with marksmanship. It's not going to win any championships, but incredibly fun to fire. And Pi, but you're incredibly good with those ships, man. I have played you with your first order. I know. I've looked at your list and gone, I'm going to smash that, and then it wasn't the case. So another reason we're getting these painted is the lovely Mr. K Taniguchi from Scotland via Japan, or wherever, is sending us a lat. He's sending us a lat, isn't he?
Quite possibly.
Right, because he said if he sends us a lat, Al's got to play this game with this stupid list. So I thought if I get some more Republic ships ready, Al will have a bit more of an option. Or I might play, I don't know, bad Republic versus Al's really bad Republic list. What was the list?
R2D2 with 3 force is the main theme of the list. And then Anakin Skywalker.
That's it. R2D2 in a Y-Wing and Anakin Skywalker in a Jedi ship. So that's it. That's just craziness, Al. You know that.
Super strong.
Yeah, but Spantex is ruling the roost right now, it seems. Yeah, I'm like... I don't like that the game has gone massively towards ignoring the obstacles. And I know I was an advocate of Dash back in 1.0, but it was the only ship, right? And you paid for that. And they killed him in 2.0, but then they gave everyone else the ability to be Dash better than Dash. And it's all just weird. And anyone that wanted to think Dash was easy to run in 1.0, I beg to differ, because I've had plenty of top players, i.e. Phil GC, come up, yeah, I'll run your Dash Po, and he come to a tournament and came nowhere, won no games.
I smashed him with the same Dash Po.
It was never an easy list to win tournaments with. So
here's James's video of his pasta quickly. I can't put it on the screen, but look at that, look, inside a cheese wheel.
Holy jamoli. That don't look good for your cholesterol, James.
It doesn't matter, does it? It's pasta.
That's a lot of pasta. Damn, I want some now.
Looks good, doesn't it?
It does look good. That looks nice, James.
Where is the closest place you can buy cheese?
Where's the You just have to empty it out. They used that cheese. Oh, they used it. They didn't just buy an empty block of cheese. What's that? Dash was easy to fly, difficult to master. He wasn't, Pi. He wasn't. If anyone had any brains, they knew how to kill him. That's why you had to be extra special good with him to win anything. And if you remember, I won Euros with Lebo. Exactly. I couldn't even fly over the rocks, so I was kind of on fire at that point. And I won a lot of tournaments with Dash and Bad Po. A couple of regionals. I should have brought him to Worlds. It was the biggest mistake I made when Simeon won Worlds, was not bringing Dash Po. Gutted. I love that list so much. And I remember having the hugest argument with like Kevin Lyons, who would attest that my Po was rubbish Po, but he used a 4-letter word beginning with S and ending with T. That I should have had VI Po, and I never ever lost to VI Po. with that Poe. I loved it so much. The BB-8. What was it called? Intensity.
Intensity, yeah, intensity.
When you do something, you get the evade, or you get something. I can't remember.
Focus. You spend the evade to flip it again. Yeah, it's intensity.
Intensity. Oh my god, I love that so much.
Twin IG's non for me. Hey George Dash was awesome in 1.0.
Twin IG.
In Sheffield in a mirror match.
Oh man, that was your game, bro. I lucked that. Leon had me on the ropes the whole game, and then I just used the force. If you remember, Liam, I just started waving my hand around, and somehow, I'm sure it was I either had Dash or I had Poe, I had one of them left, and he was basically dead, and he proceeded to batter everything that was left, and I was in no position to win that game. Without doubt, when I was playing competitively, I'm not going to say I was a bad player, I was a good player, but I was also a very, very lucky player, and I really did believe in waving my hand around. A lot of people saw me do it, and it worked. I mean, when I won Euros, I was muttering the whole way through that game, forces with me and one with the force, forces with me and one with the force, and the whole way through the game. Even one of the judges at the end come up and went, I heard you, I heard what you were doing. Because I believed it.
Cheating.
I wasn't cheating. Cheating is when people roll their dice in an unsportsmanlike manner, or pressure the table, or in fact, if you watch that final back, watch what my opponent was doing.
Yeah, I was standing there.
Right, anyway, several points in the game. Naughty boy. But anyway, so I'm currently contemplating switching factions to the filthy Jedi terrorists. Yeah, it was funny with everyone around and down the board. It was a wicked day, man. It was such a great day. And then I lost to Fishy in I think it was the semi-final, and then Simran went on to win. And Simran is one of my favourite human being friends ever. He's just so awesome. He's such a lovely guy. So seeing Simran win was just awesome for me. And I'd had my taste. Like, I've been very blessed as the father of Simeon and my own personal victories. If you look at my trophy cabinet, it's ridiculous. I had more than my fair share of wins. And seeing other people win stuff and do well genuinely makes me happy. So we're going to switch to Bloody Red. I didn't swear, it's what it's called. I only keep this paint around because I get to swear, kind of. I miss the glory days of IGs. I miss proper IGs. I miss crackshot IGs. There was, at that point in 1.0, like, people had run like imp aces, and I'd played games. I remember playing a game against someone who just sat in this corner with these triple, it was Vader and Sontir and someone else, and he kept doing barrel rolls and backflips and sitting in this corner, and my IGs were plotting about and moving and doing this and doing that, and then all of a sudden I saw the opening, and my two IGs came from across the table, and they caught, I think it was Sontir at range 3, and there was no greater feeling than one of them hitting him, stripping his stealth device, and then the last one going brap, and go dodged it, and go cool, gunner, or whatever it was, double tap, and then go crack shot, dead. That was the sentence. Oh. In fact, I played Simeon for a store championship final at Weekend Warlords, where he had 4 Y-Wings, TLT Y-Wings, and I had the 2 IGs. And I didn't beat him, but it was such a great game. They were such a fun list to fly. They never did nothing really apart from Simeon winning Worlds, and they seemed to really hammer them because of that. So now with this red, we're going to go less than we did. No, I know. They're just, yeah. So you can see kind of the brighter red now, just at the front. I still like IGs, they can be good. Have been testing them with synced lasers. Ooh. Oh, you know, Captain, I know they're not terrible, but they were great. There seems to be very few. They don't want a 2-ship list anymore. They hate it. There's still part of me that would very much like to test out Handjake against these 6 Nantex. Although I remember playing against, was it the 2 and Grievous or 3 and Grievous?
2 and Grievous.
Yeah, 2 and Grievous at Worlds, and I beat it. But damn, that was hard. Jake was hard to get him on because of the turret thing. They made them a bit too awesome, those ships. And like playing the damage race with just 5 dice is really hard. And generally Jake very rarely shoots. I haven't been keeping up with stuff, but from what I saw at some recent online event, there was only so many of those spam texts that entered, but like 60% of them made the cut, which is not right. There was very few in the tournament, but basically they all made the cut. And I'm sure they'll fix it, but I just don't like the game that's moved towards 5-6 ships in every single list, because we are running at time and you end up with 4 or 5 turns. That's the truth, and it's just boring. For me anyway, I find that boring. I don't think that you shouldn't have swarms in a game, but to make it so that you can't have 2 or 3 ship lists anymore for those players that want that, it almost feels like X-Wing has got too big now, too much. So you see, that's just drying off that one. So we've got the dark red behind it, we've got the bright red in front. There's been a lot of chatter about pace of play, and that slowing play is an issue that needs to be addressed. Yeah, I agree. You know, and it's a bit unfair almost to put on the players at that point when you've got to move 6 ships and you need to move them all carefully and they're all together. It just takes a while. It was much easier to call someone for slow play when they just had Sontier left on the board and he was taking 15 minutes to set his dial. Then you can be like, right, you're being bang out of order now. But when he's taking 15 minutes to move 6 ships, it's pretty hard to argue he's slow playing, especially if he's not trying to bump anything and he's got rocks to move around and blah, blah, blah. And your 6 ships are all in the way. I've always been a lover of, you know, a big ship and a small ship. I loved my Falcon, I loved my Outrider, I love that sort of list. I love triple aces. Those are the lists I really, I love double aces. You know, when I was running Vader Rexler before it became a thing in 2.0, by the way, I thought of that list. Never get any credit. So that's 2. I know they're a bit out of focus as I put them down. Shall I get something to put each one on? That might make it a bit more in focus as I put them down. Yeah, that's a bit better, isn't it? I've got another one of those. I have. We've been struggling a little bit with the cameras because the light's a bit... It's been a bit of a nightmare for us. Getting enough light.
It might purely be because it's getting darker.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got no more natural light. And it has not been a pleasant day today. It's been dark and rainy and horrible all day.
Every day that it's dark, horrible and rainy.
It's good for the mushrooms. I got Alex. I took Alex mushroom picking and he proper loved it. He's got the mushroom bug. I'm going to take him again this week.
Good.
You enjoyed it, didn't you? Got all excited.
And like finally, I could sit there and listen to Nono's mushroom stories and go, yeah, I know what you mean.
I feel your excitement.
Yeah, not just, why does this man love mushrooms so much? What's wrong with him?
How much fun can it be?
Yeah, like...
A lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's the little things, Alex, in life, and they're generally free.
Well, yeah, unless they're poisonous when they die.
Yeah, I can imagine, K-Man. Them can't be nice.
That's snowing in Scotland.
No, it's just like, it feels like he's only getting 2 hours of sun a day, basically. Will you nip out and grab me that charger for the thing?
Yeah, no worries.
Thank you, dude. I thought the mushroom bug was when you get dizzy and start seeing stuff. That isn't it. That isn't there. No, it's not that, dude. It's not them sort of mushrooms.
Oh, what's he trying to say?
He's trying to say we're out picking them funny ones.
Oh man, I wouldn't even. Man, I just want some pastas.
He's not the same Alex anymore, James. Do you know, he is down to like 11 stone 4, 11 stone 5. So he's lost over 7 stone in a year of being with me. And he eats. I make him eat. He does his own exercise. That's his own thing, whatever exercise regime he wants to do. But over 7 stone. The boy is not the same human being. He looks fantastic. He really does. Really suits him. Really happy for him as well. He's a good boy. I love him. Don't tell him. Shh. Scarlett quite likes him too. Do you like him, Scarlett?
What?
Do you like Alex?
Yeah.
He's alright, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. See how unbothered 14-year-olds are. Scarlett's birthday next week, everyone. She's going to be 14 going on 30. I played football yesterday on the sand, gravel and crushed rocks. We won 3-2 on aggregates. Hey! He's losing over £10. I love you, bro. I love you. I like Mr. Watkins' post. You seen the guns on the boy? It's impressive. And I've been bad. I have not been training very much over the summer. I've got to get back to it because I feel terrible without it. Really do.
Somebody did some of her.
What's she getting for her birthday? Well, she's already had like Nanny Lisa spoil the hell out of her, and my grandmother spoiled her with lots of cash and stuff. And then I do believe she's asked for these jewellery items from Bagheera, which she sorted that out.
All of the other items.
And then we have, because she gave us this list, was the most abstract list in the world. We got a colour, we got a category. We got. It was like, we can't have that.
And
so
a single item.
So I pointed her at ASOS and went, right, go shopping, pick yourself a nice coat because she needs a coat. So we're just going to get her some clothes and then we'll give her some money and then I'm going to cook her the best, whatever she wants. Probably prawns, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she loves prawns. So I'm going to do something with prawns and just make a fuss of her. She's kind of at that age where she don't want nothing. I did say that she probably wanted the Razor Crest, Lego Razor Crest. That would probably be the best thing she could have. Or, you know, like that Kylo's Pose new X-Wing with the orange and white. Or maybe like half of the Mos Eisley set. You could just have the minifigures, but I'll keep them in my cabinet safe. Yeah? Yeah? She's ignoring
Not
me.
even
It's
responding.
just that's the biggest diss ever.
No, rich man, just let
No,
her-
not
let
getting
her
a
go, man,
sausage dog
just
then.
like, yeah.
No,
Yeah.
16 sausage dog.
Yeah.
Do you know how much they cost, Rich? Honestly, when she had her hair done in Holland and I put the photos up of how beautiful she was, while she was having it done, this guy come and sacks, it was raining, with a sausage dog. And I offered him £600 cash for the dog. And he went, ha 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 ha. He just laughed at me. Because they're like 1,500 notes. Right? You just can't buy them. And she wants one of them little ones, and which is fine.
I'd be selling his dog to you.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Dude, I drove past the guy with 4 of them. I had to fight all of my London urges just to get out of the car and take them.
Yeah.
But I
Cut the
didn't.
leaf
I was like, that was back when I was a young man, a rapscallion. I'm not that guy anymore.
Is that your subtle hints to the stream as to what you want for Christmas?
Well, no. See, what I need for Christmas is Mos Eisley. Hint, hint, Alex.
Yeah.
I need Mos Eisley, the Razor Crest, Poe's Orange and White X-Wing, and the Knights of Ren Transport. I've pretty much got everything else that's been released this year. The dog Mrs. S wants used to be 1,500. It's near a 4K. See, that's where you got to draw the line, Mr. P. You have to say that's just too much. 4,000. My car didn't cost £4,000. No, it didn't, darling.
You bought it for more than that.
No, I didn't. 3.5.
I told you bought it for no.
No. What? I've never paid that much money for a car. 9,000. Be mad. I'm not a millionaire. Right. Yeah, I'm building at the moment. Okay, I've started building. You know the new 8080 or ATAT, whatever you want to call it. And damn, there's no way a kid of 12 builds that. It's got ropes and stuff that you have to tie knots in. 4K is another family holiday in Florida. You're a lucky man. That is an expensive holiday, bro. But yeah, that's a lot of money. So we're doing some orange now, right on just on the tips. Let me just have a look at the other one I did. I did a very tiny bit. This is a very tiny bit of orange. Like literally just right at the front. But even 1,500 quid is a ridiculous amount of money for any kind of birthday present. So when Scarlett does get to that glorious 16, and of course she has to have done well at school. She can't have just bummed out because she ain't getting it. It's all performance related in this house. But she's really good at school, don't tell her. Then it will be a case of me putting together like some kind of a WhatsApp group with all the family, all the aunties, all the uncles, all the grandparents that are still alive, and being like, everyone needs to chuck a little bit into the pot and we'll get her this thing. Because I ain't got 1,500 quid. I'd have to sell my Lego. When my cabinet's all dressed, because I'm having these stands made by Cog or Two for my Lego, I'll do a little video of my collection, because it's quite ridiculous now. It's my thing. I love it so much. I love them so much. The 8080 is for a Rebels battle scene with the 80DE, or the Captain Rex's...
APDP?
No, the 80DP is the Imperial thing. And I've got the 80DP and both the shuttles and all the bikes, and there's loads of stormtroopers, and I love it. And Mos Eisley's going in my coffee table with my Falcon. That's the plan. Al had that idea. It was a very good idea. You see how I credit you, Al? Other people are not that generous, you know.
That's true.
They just steal people's ideas and don't say nothing. Okay, that's going to do, because we're going to do the rest with a brush now. That's all I'm really going to do with the airbrush, apart from the stencil. Let's get them back up there so you can see a bit better. Scarlet Della Pina. We got a dog for nothing only a couple of months ago. Some people can still look after and oh, mate, I totally agree with you, bro. Some people can't. However, Scarlet wants a very specific dog. I've got two amazing little Jack Russells. One of them's a rescue.
You have one amazing Jack Russell and Patch.
No, don't say that. Just because Patch is old now and he's becoming a bit cantankerous. Patch is becoming a bit hard work, but I love him and he's not going anywhere. We rescued Patch. He was at this place where they used to train these big attack dogs, not Alsatians, they're these German breed. They were monsters. They looked like bears. And Patch was red raw. He had no fur. He wasn't fed. It was horrible. So we got him, and I love him, and I loved him for a long time. He's my boy. And then we got little Pepper. A lot of you that have been to the tournaments or watched any of the old Warlords tournaments will have seen my dogs. Hey Jinky, you right, Jake? How you doing, brother? I miss you, man. Really, I really do miss everyone. We will get the old gang back together one day when we're allowed to have more than 6 people in the vicinity, even if it's just for a Nando's or something. So yeah, and she's a lot younger than Patch, and we only paid like £100 for Pepper. That's all we paid. But Scarlet wants a miniature sausage dog, not just a sausage dog, the miniature breed, and they are incredibly cute. And I get what she likes, but damn, they expensive, man.
Would they be like cocktail sausage dogs?
Cocktail sausage dog. That's very good, Alex. You're on form today, Padawan. You really are. So let's have a look at these. What did I do with those? Okay. So what I'll do is I am going to...
You have X-Wing ships on the table. Can you remind me what the best size of magnets for ships is, please?
Right.
Oh no, they're all still on the boiler.
No. I tidied up. They're in here. Hold on, Captain Rex. Let me get in me drawer. Put that over there.
Johnny Cannon in your drawer.
Johnny Cannon's in my drawer. Let's get some magnets. I got some magnets. So, because I use ball bearings and magnets. These are Green Stuff World ball bearings. They're really good. You can just buy a steel BB shot, right? I've got lots from here. So the best for small bases are 4mm. God, there's so many stuck together. So that is a 4mm diameter Green Stuff World magnet. And if I find you one of these ball bearings, I'll show you what I mean. That these lovely ball bearings fit in that little cup. You see like that? So they have the inbuilt kind of swivel for you. So, and if you look, these might actually be slightly bigger than the 4mm. There they are. Sorry, this is the 4mm. These are 4mm, a little bit smaller magnet. And if you look at the size of one of these pegs, I'll show you. It's the same diameter pretty much as the peg, but what I do is I stick the magnet to the ship. So I will stick, there's 2 magnets you got here, but I will stick this to the bottom of the ship. I'll sometimes drill a hole and countersink it right in, and then I will stick the ball bearing to the top of a peg. So I'll cut that little bit off the end, and then I'll divot it out a little bit, just with, you know, the start of a drill bit, so you get the egg cup shape, and then I'll stick the ball bearing on. If you ever have a problem with floppy magnet, don't take a blue tablet, use a bit of sandpaper, sand your balls. It's very important. It's one of the big bits of advice. As you step up size, you get to this, which is like a 6mm magnet. So once you get to a heavier ship like a K-Wing, what other ships have they got that are a bit heavier? Probably the new Arcs are going to be kind of this size. And then when you step into the actual big ships, so my Falcons, I use these. Ow.
Mhm.
There we go. Got a tape measure. Perfect. So this is a 15mm magnet, countersunk. These are rare earth Nemoidian magnets, and I use BB Shot, different ball bearings that I buy off the internet. That's a 15mm. I've got an even bigger one, a 20 or 25mm, when I'm like mounting the ghosts. But then you have to have these incredible big ball bearings if you want them to swivel. If you're just looking for magnet to magnet, you probably don't need to go as heavy on your large ships. The smaller large ships, you'll get away with something like that, which is like an 8mm. As you can see, these are not Green Stuff World. These are countersunk, that's what they're called, countersunk rare earth magnets. If you search on eBay, you'll find them. These are for when they put a screw through it when they're doing like DIY. They work wicked, and they've got like a 4kg pull. So I promise, Captain Rex, I promise I will do something over the next, I will do a little show, or I'll do a little video of magnetising ships for you and show you exactly what I do. But yeah, everything's magnetised. Yeah, that's a good idea. So there's the magnet, ball bearing. So I use brass tube, right, instead of the plastic rods, because I don't like that. And the brass tube has clearly already got a divot because it's a tube, and then you get that great, and then you can poise them and fly them, and always magnetise your guns on your bigger ships, because any of you that remember when I was playing Dash Po, if I didn't point the guns, Dash wouldn't hit. So yeah, that's it. Simple as that, Captain. Because he's not commander anymore. He's back to being a captain, Alex. Did you know that?
I noticed the name, Jay.
Yeah, it's something to do with, you haven't got that far into Clone Wars yet, have you?
No. I'm part of the way through
Right.
season 6.
Excuse me again, I've just got to get a mask out of here.
That's good news.
This is my two big beautiful trays of masks. Right, so we need a Imperial mask. Let's find one. God, I've got stuff here from the past. That's quite a big one. And that's much better size.
I accidentally bought some large donut magnets with a 25 kg pull on them.
That's a bad idea. Who was that?
They're still in a drawer
Who
as a
did
stack
that?
because I was terrified of getting one off the stack.
Yeah,
and
dude.
having it attract back on.
Yeah, and then they explode, you know?
Cool.
You know, when you pull them apart and
Yeah.
they go back, they go bang, and they break into a million pieces. So you've got to be careful with them. I do know what he means. So these are, I don't know if you can see, you can because I put a bit of paint on this. These are Mr. Dalton masks, and they come as, let's see if I can get this in the light. You're never going to see this. You're never going to see this. So they come all filled. So where you saw the gaps, that's all filled with mask, and I pick them off, right? Let's have a look if this is too big. I'm not actually sure where I want to put this. I might just put it over the back. Yeah, let's do that. Let's use this mask, seeing as I've already got it dirty. So I'll tell you one thing about using these. They do not like gloves. They will stick to your gloves much more than they will stick to your fingers. And they're reusable, so keep your backing fill. So I've just stuck that over, and I'm going to get, surprise, surprise, not Wolf Grey. I am going to use it today though, because I missed it. I did like a whole month of streaming without using it. I actually got a letter from Vallejo going, "What's your problem?" I didn't. I'm just filling air. Okay, so this is Stonewall Grey. Stonewall Grey. So I'm not going to try and really obliterate this. So gently, gently, and you want to go directly above your masks. You don't want to go at an angle, especially on something like this, because it isn't stuck to every single nook, like every crevice. That's it. So I did it a little bit heavier there and faded it off. Ready? Boom. Can you see that? Just kind of fading in. Right, so we got a nice little bit of the start of an Imperial logo. Do the same on the other one. Oh, you alright, my little puppeteer?
Yeah.
Oh, she's all coughing. When we go to the dentist tomorrow, no coughing, no mentioning you've had a runny nose, or they won't let you in. And you'll be sucking food for the next 3 months. Okay, didn't do that quite enough. Let's get that back to where it was. Tiny bit more. I don't want them to be like these big. I just want them to be a hint underneath. Okay. So that's the end of the airbrushing. Now we're going to jump onto the brush. So let's get rid of that. Let's get some black just to clean up the gun mounts. So we're going to make these silver, obviously, like a metal, but you don't want to go over the red, and it gives you that nice hard edge against the colour. It's going to make it stand out. And this paint job kind of comes together right at the end as we start to do a few touches with the brush. You will see this is a very kind of simple, quick, effective paint job that most of you should be able to follow along with, even with a pretty basic airbrush. Have you not charged me now? I'll get me plugged in, bro.
Right.
Yeah, man. I'm
I
like
thought you had the. I can't find the dual plug.
No, here, just plug it into a USB.
Yeah. Forgot any spare.
Or plug it into that. I'm not charging my phone at the moment.
But apparently you need to wait 38 minutes.
So that means about 6.
Yeah.
I know what that means.
I've got the first part of the track.
So, and also, see these bits that we're going to make into canopy, re-black those. So these actual here, you know where the actual canopy, let's get some black in there. And we're going to go in with the blue highlight, but we want the black to give us the outline. Do you know what, Al? This is a world of difference from painting big old baby Yoda.
Painting tiny little spaceship.
Yeah, I might actually have to start using a tiny brush.
Did you need like a medium ship, like a medium project to get involved in?
I should have just maybe gone back to like a normal size pop.
Yeah.
I'll be alright. I think I'll be alright. I'm just going to hold my breath, mate. The stream always does. I do worry about you all. I worry that one day one of you holds your breath too much and we have a fainting incident and I get like sued I was holding my breath watching Rasta, and I fainted, and I burnt the house down because I was cooking toast. Alexander Bruce, number 8, Orchard Close.
Tell him where we live.
I just gave him the first bit. Don't worry, you'll be all right.
It's alright, there's at least 3 Orchard Close within 2 miles of here. I know that because I was talking to the post lady.
And within 70 miles, there's another place with the same village name with an orchard close.
Wow, no, that's ridiculous. What,
Yeah.
Did you have something sent there as
No, because I drive past it when I go fishing in Wales.
well? Right, okay.
And I was like, no. I was like, I'm home. But I don't recognise it. So again, just quickly, canopy. Guns.
You got hiccups again.
We don't make fun of me.
It's funny though.
It ain't.
It is. It is when you ain't got it. Scarlett's got hiccups. Bless her. Drink a glass of water standing on your head while being scared.
Just hold your breath.
Or hold your breath.
No.
Why?
I already did that.
Hold it for a long time.
I tried.
Hold it and count to 1,000.
No. Don't laugh.
But the stream's definitely going to be able to hear that. So they're going to be having a little giggle too. Might be all that garlic I put in the pasta. Say hi. You can't just come and sit down. No, just sit up and say hi. Everyone knows what you look like. Wave and say hi. Skylouche in the house. Breathe into a paper bag, Mr. Stander said. Just don't put it over your head.
Brown paper bags left years ago.
Yeah, but Paul lives in Essex, man, and that's like a time warp. Just going over that little astromech as well. You're tired, babe. Captain Rex says hi, Scarly.
Hello.
She was holding her breath. And you
Oh, were you
kept
holding
making
your
her
breath?
talk. It's how I got to stop hiccuping before. We had a hold your breath.
Nate.
conference.
Don't diss Essex. We invented radio down here.
What?
What's radio?
Is that so we didn't have to look at the people from Essex?
Ooh, Alex just threw shade. So let's do the canopy straight away. So we're going to use blue. Make sure I read the colours. Ultramarine and a bit of electric. I love you, sweetie pie. I'm going to keep these in here as well, just to remind me of what I did. So yeah, the base is black. So we're going to start with this ultramarine blue. These are really simple effects, right? To get a bit of a glow on your canopies and make them pop out. I'm going to get a smaller brush now. I'm going to get a bit of all moisture to thin it. Brush paint in, roll your tip. It gives you a nice tip. Pushes that excess paint up into the bristles and it will work like a quill. Okay, so we want to create some sort of lighting effect. I'm going to go all from the front on each panel back. Let's move up a bit so you guys can see. So you get that bit of blue at the front, fades to nothing at the back. And we're going to do the same on each one of these little panels, leaving a tiny little bit of black, like a little outline. So look, do you see that spot of blue, right? Clean your brush off a little bit and then just feather it out. Right. Start to see that bit of an effect. We will go into a lighter blue as well. It's the same again. Line across. Clean the brush off. And then feather it. See what starts to happen? And we'll start to build that with, when you put that lighter colour right at the end, it'll even pick it out a bit more. Side windows exactly the same, tiny little bits of paint. We can, if you like make a little mistake now, you can wash the black backwards, so you know you never really ruin this.
Looking at the time.
Just because I'm painting two, I need to be realistic as to whether I can do all the detail on both.
No, just expected the time to match.
Oh, Y-wing down. So I have taken a tiny bit of this black, so I just want to soften this edge here. What is?
Hoe Street.
Hoe Street is in. It is in.
In London.
It is. It's in Walthamstow.
What?
When are you likely? What? When are you two likely to play again on stream?
Tomorrow, probably. We don't have any spam texts. We don't have the new ships. So we are just going to probably play a game for fun tomorrow. It's been a while. I kind of fancy chucking some dice. Do you fancy chucking some dice tomorrow?
Yeah.
We're going to give it a go tomorrow. We'll see. That was actually the plan, Mr. Stander, was to play a game tomorrow. Because we haven't done it for so long. And I haven't really got a project sorted out for tomorrow. And I'm going to start, like I said, with the 40k stuff next Monday. Because it's one of them big resin models and it's not together yet and that's just boring.
When you got to like clean it all.
Yeah, it just takes hours. So I need to get all that done before I start the project.
2 coats of like priming and sanding.
Now, we're going to be even more. We're just going to try and paint like an edge highlight. Don't make me laugh, Scarlett.
I mean, it could be worse. You could have hiccups.
So you can see what that little bit of lighter blue starts to show you the light source even better.
And look at that, Mr. Stander is been constructive.
What is he saying?
Somebody asked, where can I get those stickers? So like the masks.
Yeah. So ProTech Models
Yeah.
is where you want to go for the masks, and he does all sorts. He will even make you bespoke masks.
And James has put a link to it.
Love you, James. Thank you very much. Because Nannybot is drinking some 30 weight oil at the moment. He's just refueling himself.
My position's been taken.
You have.
Just teach Scarlett to do the stream.
That might not be a bad idea, you know.
No.
Scarlet. Get off your phone, man. If you are, it needs to be on silent, babe. Because some of that stuff might be copyright and I get in trouble. Okay, babe. Babe.
I really didn't mean to. I'll leave.
Please, darling. Seriously, sweet. We would love to have music on. So can you see the little effects on the canopies now? Just a tiny bit more on that front screen. Just needs a little bit more. And once you get a gloss on that, it'll look lovely. Lovely. Right. Let's address. Let's address the metals. Okay. So we want some chainmail. Wow. Hi, Rieno. Man, I'm going to murder that name. But thanks for watching, new viewer. Not a name we've seen before in the chat. Okay, just take my lid off and get a bit out. So this is kind of like bolt gun metal, I would imagine, the equivalent. When Al gets super fantasy smash up, bro.
Just super fancy, bro.
Is that all?
I don't need to add any extra.
I feel like it needs more. We'll maybe open it up and show you guys what you get. Show you some of the figures as well. Do a bit of a review on what we think when it actually lands. Not that I knew anything about this game when it was being launched, because I miss all that stuff.
It was just, we played it at what is it, UK Games Expo.
Okay.
Me, Salty, Rich. I think Dalton was hanging around there as well. And it was such a cool game. And it's the first game that I've ever kickstarted. So it's been interesting. I mean, it's taken a long time. Like, if it was there at UK Games Expo, I would have just bought it straight away. But I thought, no, I'll try this Kickstarter thing out. And it's just been very long time.
So there's a couple of little grills I'm just picking out. Just to kind of grab a little bit of detail. With this silver, because there's not a huge amount of detail on this model, like with this colour scheme. So just picking out a few bits. I'm going to grab a lighter silver and then I'll give it a quick wash afterwards. And that'll be done with silvers. Really quick paint job these are. And so this is like a steel colour. So just going to catch the tips of the gun.
I hate Kickstarters. The only company I would suggest back in would be Cool Mini or not. The rest take too long, or there is always unexpected delays or additional costs. I hate Kickstarter, but sometimes it's an evil you have to put up with in order to get what you want. I waited nearly 2 years from payment to receipt before now. Yeah, everybody seems to have those kind of stories. Like, I can understand why the game was delayed, being that it was all like made in China, and then obviously COVID happened. But it was just, there was like long periods of time where I didn't really know what was going on. I mean, I'd much rather just walk into a shop and buy a game.
Damn, that wasn't tasty at all in my mouth. I need a drink. Oh, you know the drama I had with Prodos Games.
Yeah.
With Matt and Chris.
Well,
what was the game?
Same with James. It was.
That's who's speaking.
Yeah, it's AVP.
Alien versus Predator. Really?
Yeah.
Did you kickstart that?
Yeah, he kickstarted it, and people were buying it off of the shelves before he had even seen models for it.
It was a pretty bad game. Like, not.
I mean, the models were fantastic.
Yeah, I brought it myself. But it was a bad game. As far as the rule set went as well, it was almost unreadable. So I never got around to ever playing it, and then I got rid of it. So let's have some. Where's my Nuln oil gone? Yeah, just a bit of Nuln. This is real simple stuff, and we're just going to wash over that. Stay away right from the front where you put the lighter silver, just to keep that little highlight. And same again here, and same again in these recesses where we put that bit of silver, just to make sure we got that dropped in.
Yeah, that does seem bad.
What?
The even more evil thing at the moment is now big companies like Hasbro are even kickstarting games. The remake of Hero Quest is being done through their own Kickstarter company. They don't need Kickstarter to get the startup revenue to make a game. It's just them stealing cash flow. James says the problem with AVP was it was written in Polish and then Google translated to English with no proofreading.
Right.
I've been lucky with Kickstarter. Just had one issue with a board game and miniatures that were bent out of shape and needed some serious work to get back to what they should look like.
Never done it. Never kickstarted. Not the biggest. Always play a game once my mates have got it, and that's when I'll go and buy something. I buy things way more for painting than I ever will for playing. But that's just me. I just realised it's got engines. We should give it a glow, right? What colour should do the engines, Al? What colour are the engines on everything else? Blue?
Blue. Blue.
Yeah, blue.
Blue.
So a little bit of electric blue.
That's what I'm going to do with the Supermassive Fighting Galaxy Brawl game. This is the only good I've got from Model TX yet. James has added a bunch of words to it too.
And it's better already, isn't it? Supermassive Galaxy Brawl.
Supermassive Fighting Galaxy Brawl.
Supermassive Fighting Throwdown Galaxy Rumble Time.
Yeah.
Brawl. Do you know what I mean? Just add more words. That's why they add like extra letters after a car.
Yeah.
You know, an AS, QR, TV, 7, TDI,
13.
MF4. It's like, whoa, you got the MF4? Okay, yeah, I only got the MF. Just the MF. You got the 4 after it, so it's better. So a nice little bit of blue, and then I will get a little bit of white with a little bit of blue, which I've already got on the palette. So white and blue. I love doing a bit of Bob Rossing. I'm well into that at the moment. It's just mixing paints, just living on the edge. As a colourblind painter, this is scary times. And these little Y-wing engines, they've got like these crosses, right? So I'm just going to try and go just in here. Oh, that's a bit bright. I'll save that in a second. And again, cleaning my paint. Watering it down, and then I get that little glow, and you still get the blue.
Platinum Edition XI V1.0. Best thing I backed was Star Realms. It quickly became one of my favourite games. I'm pretty sure that's a spaceship card game. We used to play in a church in Ponders End. That was our little gaming club, and there was a guy there called Shadow that owned every game on the planet. I'm pretty sure he was into his Star Realms. Still does. There you go.
So you get that. It's kind of hard to see whenever I do these light colours, but you get that blue and that little bit of white glow right inside the engines, whitey blue. So we got a little bit of an engine glow at the back.
Tangle Wars is off for lunch. Not Tangle Wars. Archling is off for lunch.
See you later, my brother.
Yeah, I'll let him know how the cable goes.
How the what?
The cable.
Yes.
Remember he sent us the cable?
Yeah. Archling, I will be sending you a present soon. Yeah, because you're just awesome, dude. Love you. I'm going to send you a ship over. You deserve it for all the help. Right. So we're going to do a couple of little edge highlights, which are going to change this whole model, right? Which are going to change it from what you're seeing now, which is all right. It's okay, to this. With some nice swankly, spankly edge highlights, which just makes things pop. So we'll start off with some yellow. We'll do some gold yellow. And we're going to highlight the red. So we've got some golden yellow. I'm going to get a little bit of my orange back out as well, so I can mix between the two. So that's fire orange, golden yellow. Basically, whatever paint you're working with, you want a kind of a warm yellow and a nicer orange. So with technique at edge highlighting, especially on this model, you don't want to do it all, you just want to catch a few bits.
The facetious.
What?
How are you going to turn a Y-wing into an arc?
What did I say, arc?
No, because you picked up an arc to give it as an example.
And what was he being there now?
Facetious.
Oh, see, that should be your word of the day, Al. Al's word of the day is facetious. Use that at work.
At work, I had the girl come out in the bakery and go, "You speak adequately," and I was like, "Eloquently." She was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Say it then." She turned around and walked back in the bakery, never even asked a question. You picked up the arc and you said you were going to turn it into that, yeah.
Doing a Scarlet, I'm just going to blank him.
Appreciable. Capable of being perceived or measured.
What?
So, it's another word, appreciable.
So I'm not edging these like little domes, I'm just kind of feathering on a little bit of that orangey yellow right at the front, just to pop them out a bit. So only little highlights we need. Going to get some greys on as well, on the blacks, and that'll make the whole thing come together. So a bit extra yellow now.
Word of the week's kind of, yeah.
Word of the what?
Word of the week. I enjoy it.
What is it?
Well,
Have we decided? Or have they given you a new one?
oh, we've got appreciable.
Appreciable.
Irrelevant. Something that softens or soothes. Protect
Emollient.
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 Nice. Okay, quite like emollient.
So if someone says, "Oh, have you got any baby oil?" Go, "Ah, you're looking for an emollient."
Oh, moi, I love yours. Me say you some
Yo, Lee's in the house. Happy birthday to you. Come on, everyone, sing along. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Mr. Dalton. The whole of the UK loves you. We love you, Lee. You're the best, man. Lee's 21 again.
When is it not?
Every year he's 21. Have you had a good day, brother? I hope you have. I hope you've been spoilt. I hope you've had a chill day. I bet you haven't. I bet you've been doing work all day long, knowing Lee. But happy birthday, mate. You do deserve a bit of a break. And now, that's enough, right? That's all you need. Just a little bit. Pick out a few edges. I don't want to go mad. And then we're going to go in with some greys. Did I use the magic colour? I don't think I did.
You haven't.
I don't think I did, you know, on this model. I think I used Stonewall. So where is it? There it is.
Ulfric says same age as him. So
21 again.
1066 isn't the year that you were born then, Ulfric.
He is. It was the year he was born because Ulfric is like the Highlander. Never dies. He just lives and lives. And he is the only one.
So he does have that mortal enemy, Clive.
Yeah, he does, but yeah. He's the Lowlander. So they don't really clash. Let's get that in the light, properly lit so you can see what I'm doing. So I'm just starting to pop on some edges now, right? Damn. Wiring down. These things are not going to be good for the table if they're dying in my hands. What was the one you didn't use?
Broadside.
Broadside. He was horrible, he was.
Broadside with an ion cannon.
And that was about it.
1066 before C was when Ulfric was born. Rasta, what's harder to paint a model, white or yellow?
Yellow.
Yeah, man, that's why I'm not painting my Space Marines as Imperial Fists.
White's not that hard. You just need to remember that white's your absolute highlight colour. It's not your base. So if any of you have seen me paint white, I start at blue. And white's my final highlight. Much easier to paint white than it is yellow. Yellow's hard work. I'm not even going to go through yellow because I'm not even sure myself and I've painted it quite a lot. Who asked that question?
James.
Cool. Yeah, definitely yellow.
Because those are the two traditionally hard colours to paint.
Definitely yellow, I think. Grab me a quad jumper.
Yellow quad jumper.
Yeah, obviously.
You don't want my my bumblebee instead?
No, you could give me that as well. So you can start to see what that little bit of edging's doing through the model. It's starting to pop out some of that detail, right, that's left in the dark colours. Okay, so this is one yellow paint job. This took so long. So long to paint this.
Did the package land? Yes, it did, Lee.
This was incredibly hard to make this look like that, right? And this was a darker base coat, then washed back, and then about 3 million layers of yellow up to. It's actually bouncing a little bit off the colour, off the lights. That's maybe a better shot. That's one sort of yellow. Very, very, very hard to pull those off. They took a lot of time, and it's actually very hard for you to see because of what the camera does to the yellow. Look, tiny stars. Look at tiny little stars in the canopies. Highlighted stars as well. Alright, so that's one yellow. And then This is Bumblebee. This actually wasn't too bad because I did a lot of this with the airbrush. This is Bumblebee. But yeah, it's not easy to get these colours. And he's a bit shiny because he's glossed. Because he's Bumblebee, right?
And it matched the other two.
And then all of those shadows are all put in by hand. I sometimes work backwards with yellow, where I start putting in the darks. Okay. So you can see the difference in the two yellows. One's like a dirty brown, battered. One's a hot rod. Murky bucket. You say silver plate.
Right.
Did you not know that?
No, not really.
Damn you, Al.
My French isn't great. Omelette du fromage and all.
Mon Dieu, Rodney, mon Dieu. What's this link now that I've just had put up in my chat?
James says, have you seen it? It is the giant primary space marine.
Yeah.
The action figure.
Yeah, I have. Not particularly interested in it as a project because I painted that big pop. I painted the pops that, yeah, they kind of scratch that itch for me.
Okay.
Would you like it?
I mean, I quite like it because it is just like a giant space marine. I'd like it if you painted it. They do a Necron as well.
Do they?
Apparently so.
Paint it in Tesseract Glow, right?
Yeah, definitely. Isn't that Lee's thing? When we get in trouble, Lee's currently opening his law briefcase.
Did you get anything nice for your birthday, Dorty? What'd you get? Maybe just got to lie in.
You got a lion?
No, I don't think he did, Al.
Next he's going to have like a face tattoo.
What is?
Well, if he's got a lion, isn't that Mike Tyson?
Isn't that guy from the internet? What was his name?
Joe Exotic.
He's going to become Lee up north.
He said money mainly.
Oh, nice, man.
Yeah, the tiger. Right, yeah. Giant cat.
Giant, big cat.
I was thinking about the right guy at least.
Did you see how when I looked at the time earlier, if you look at the time now, how I made the correct call of putting the other one down?
Yes.
Did you see that? I know what this little pair of hands are capable of. I know my limitations. And again, I do believe we're going to have got through a stream where I haven't used Wolf Grey. Like, everyone's going to start getting Wolf Grey withdrawal. And when I bring it back, there'll be like a fanfare.
Yeah. There'll be pots of Wolf Grey like
Like it sold
thrown
out
up in
across the
air.
world. Yeah,
Yeah.
it'd be like the end of Return of the Jedi.
In fact, Lee's one of the people that's also waiting on Super Fantasy Galactic Uppercut Brawl.
Uppercut cage fighting. Should be with you soon, Lee, because Salty got his.
Yeah,
He is a Viking, though.
well,
So what may well have happened is Salty pillaged the boat.
well, me and Camisel were sitting there thinking it was going to be in surname order, so we had hatched a plan to start flexing on Salty the second it turns up.
And what's...
And actually, Salty got it first, and ours is still in Germany.
Where are you parked, Rich? I heard about your ridiculous journey that you had to do today. Where are you currently watching us from?
I remember getting a phone call from Rich saying to me, I'm trapped on a construction site. I ordered the full pack, so I could be quite late. Yeah, I ordered the full pack as well. Because actually, like, for as long as I've waited, it wasn't all that expensive for what you get.
What did you... how much did it cost you?
I think it was £89.
Okay. Do you know if Salty didn't order the full pack?
Oh no, the Salty got the full pack. He's currently flexing on me.
Or is he sending you pictures every 20 minutes of a different model
Yeah.
next to his cat? Salty stole a cat on one of his pillaging raids, even his Viking pillaging raids. And I'm using like little bits of the grey just to put like little dots and scratches and... We're getting pretty close to done now. Do you know what, Al?
Yeah.
I'm going to bust out the Wolf Grey, Al.
Don't do it.
I'm doing it, Al. Where is it?
It's been banned. You should get like a set of googly eyes and put it on just Wolf.
Just Wolf Grey.
So it stands out and always looks a bit shifty.
Just a touch, couple of bits. I'm doing it. I don't care. I've missed you, Wolfie. Missed you, Wolfie Wolf. just a couple of little bits. Nothing much at all. So same sort of places I did. Really simple astromech at the end, which is going to be...
Normal service has been resumed.
About time, isn't it, Captain? It's about time. I know you've all missed it. We're just going to get a bit of this bright bronze, any kind of goldy colour, or whatever. You know, this is an astromech. You paint any bloody colour you want. But I'm just doing a simple thing because it's so tiny. Let's just paint a nice gold dot. I have got photos of X-Wings I've painted where I've genuinely painted the astromechs, and I've painted the little eye and all the marking, and I've highlighted the eye and all of that. Well, we're not doing that because that's just crazy. So a little bit of gold, and then if you want to give it any detail, we're just going to do this. Hold on, let's just dry it. And you know, they always have like that round bit. So back in with the black, and we're just going to put a dot of black right on the top. Nice little circle. It's hard to pick out because it's so tiny, but he's got that little perfect circle on his head. Okay, and that is done. She needs a varnish and she needs the canopy glossed, but yeah, for an hour and 40 minutes, an hour and 35 minutes, you've got a nice little ship to go with this boy. Let's go with the rest. Remember, when we varnish, you know, it always unifies everything and getting that bit of gloss on. So that's it. That's it. We're done. We did it, Al. I did a ship.
Hey, ship.
Well, I've got somewhere with that one.
Yeah.
I just need to do the detail, right?
Yeah.
So another half an hour on that, and that's done, sort of thing. Because all the airbrushing's done and all of that. So, yeah, that's it for today. A nice, quick... I'm struggling to get to chat, still deep in work. No worries, dude, no worries. You shouldn't be working today. You should be chillaxing. Right. Should we go full screen? Shall I say goodbye to everyone?
Sure.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining me tonight. I hope you enjoyed that. It was a few little things. Nice, quick little paint job, which you should all be able to use kind of the ideas to do something for yourself. A little bit of housekeeping, please. If you can push the notifications button, please do. You'll always know when we're going live. If you can afford to sub us, please do. The Patreon is up under Rastame's Painting. Go and have a look. And that donation goal is for the beautiful YV that we are giving away that I showed at the beginning of the stream. If you'd like to see what the prize is, just go back to the start if you haven't watched all the stream. Other than that, we will be back tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. We'll probably be playing a game of X-Wing. And you guys will be on stream telling us what we're doing wrong and what's changed and what we don't know how to do. If maybe you've got some list ideas, send them in. Paul, please don't send me a list with Duchess.
No.
Just don't do that. Okay?
6 torrents.
So, yeah. or that, because we ain't got that, right? Or an arc. We got an arc. We haven't got a lat, and we ain't got none of the new ships, and we ain't got 6 spam techs. So we will try our best to work out something half interesting. I think you should run Kay's list.
I can't run Kay's list.
Why?
Yeah.
Why?
Because we don't have any of the crew cards.
You don't need.
Oh
it.
yeah,
You can just Google that stuff, right?
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Right. So you got a Y-wing now. I'll get it varnished for you tomorrow. You run Kay's list, and I'll run like 64 Z95s, something like that.
Man, I'm losing.
Yeah, well, obviously. You know I don't like to lose. Duchess has partially. That's my glove.
Retired.
Partially retired in this house currently. Good.
Because
Good. Because she was trash. It's the truth. So thank you to those who donated. Your totals will be added to the monthly total, and the top 5 donators will go in the prize draw for the beautiful YV at the end of the month. Until then, everyone, stay safe, keep strong. One love. Peace.